あなた方命拾いしたようですね。引き上げるとしましょう。
You done fucked it up!
Jump Force is the most disappointing thing since my son. But yeah, I mean, Jump Force is just a really, really terrible game. Alright, like, people spent hours making this, people were hyped about this, all these Shonen Jump characters coming into one game. This was an ambitious crossover event, alright, since Infinity War and Despacito 2, but no, we got something that's half-baked, coming out of the oven, shoved on release day, and it was like, alright, here you go. Here, full price, let us have your money. Like, this game is fucking full price, are you kidding me? Like, first of all, with consumers, you have so many options for games. Like, games are pretty expensive, and you have so many options, right? You could get the Resident Evil 2 remake, alright? That's a good use of your money. You could buy, I don't know, an older game that has way more content than this just mess. This game is disturbing. It is physically disturbing to me, because you have all these, you know, recognizable IPs. You got Dragon Ball in there, you got One Piece, you got Naruto, you know, you got all these, but it's like they're all molded together. It's like, it's disgusting. There's parts of it where you recognize, oh, you know, there could be like a good game in here, but it's so deformed and grotesque where you're like, oh my god, I don't even want to look at this because this game is ugly to look at. So let's just get right into this. Let's just talk about the art style, for example. Now, the art style for this game is very odd, alright? It's not particularly bad. I mean, it could have worked maybe, but with the way this game deals with it and its graphics, it just doesn't look too good. So you have these anime characters, right, that are made to look realistic. Like, we have, for example, the first cutscene. We have characters like Goku and Frieza in a real-world environment, alright? Like, you know, like Times Square in New York, which is very odd, seeing characters like Goku in Times Square, and then you got other characters in there. Just every single anime character just doesn't fit into it, okay? This art style doesn't translate well, because, I mean, the facial animations as well, just the expressions are just so lifeless. For example, Goku, his face is literally permanently stiff. It is like an angry face 24/7. It's like, what the hell's going on? And same thing with other characters as well. Like, you look at the cutscenes are so badly animated. You have all these characters making no facial animations whatsoever. You just have Goku with his angry stare constantly for no reason. Like, we're in a cutscene, they're like talking about their plans or something, and Goku is there like literally staring into the abyss with an angry glare. I don't get it. And Vegeta too. I mean, I get Vegeta's supposed to be angry, but this is laughable, just how he's like, has this permanent angry stare. It's just, I don't get it. If we look at it, like, Bandai Namco released this, alright, and that surprised me because Bandai Namco also published Dragon Ball FighterZ, or FighterZ. Had a lot of polish, right? That game, when it comes to anime fighting games, my god, is it polished to the T, right? The art style is faithful to the Akira Toriyama art style, right? It looks like the manga or anime. It looks like both, you know? There are certain sections where it's literally like the anime translated or the manga into the game, right? Certain panels that are recreated through the intros. It's fantastic how much they successfully recreate, and also about the characters as well. I mentioned the example of Goku just looking odd in Jump Force, but if you look at Goku in like Dragon Ball FighterZ, they completely capture how he's meant to look, how he's meant to feel. You see his fighting moves, it's like, you see his intros, it's like, it perfectly captures the feeling and the essence of this character, more lightheartedness. Where Jump Force is literally, you're playing as Goku, but he's just, again, he's like deformed, he's grotesque, this is just ugly looking. And I mean, the gameplay itself, I think, with Dragon Ball FighterZ, it feels like I'm actually playing like a Dragon Ball, like, fight, you know, because with the 2D look to it, and you have all these crazy super moves, it looks like this intense Dragon Ball fight I'm having, but I'm actually participating in it. Where Jump Force is more like a Xenoverse type of gameplay, where it's like, you walk around, it's a 3D type of thing, and things with that kind of gameplay, I don't feel like I'm fighting in a crazy anime match, which is insane because you're literally having characters fight like Naruto, you know, Goku. You got just literally all these crazy characters from all these different properties, like big IPs. And I mean, I just don't feel like I'm in like this crazy match. It just feels pretty stiff, to be honest. It just kind of feels like it can be fun sometimes. It's very arcadey type of fun that gets repetitive. It's very boring, where honestly, Dragon Ball FighterZ, I've spent like, I think 100 hours into that game. That game is just amazing. It is It's like, it's better than sex. Alright, that's my rating. Dragon Ball FighterZ, better than sex. I would pass up sex just to play some more Dragon Ball FighterZ. Alright, probably not, but you get what I mean. Dragon Ball FighterZ has this incredibly just fun gameplay kind of loop to it. Like, it's just addictive, where this game is just kind of stale. And I mean the music design as well, like everything to do with the sound design, it just feels very empty. Like, you look at the fights, there isn't much going around in the music. It's so very quiet, you can barely hear it. When Dragon Ball FighterZ, you have something, you know, just some insane sound design. Like, the punches feel amazing, the screams, the moves, the music, it's all amazing. And I mean, the supers themselves, I already described how the supers in Dragon Ball FighterZ just look amazing. The supers in Jump Force, they just don't look too good. I mean, they're like, oh, that kind of looks cool, then just ends like, alright, it was fine. Like, they're not bad looking, but they're just kind of, like, which is disappointing. You have all these amazing characters here, like Cell, right? Characters like Cell have such boring supers in Jump Force, but Dragon Ball FighterZ, you look at him, he's like, damn, everyone's super is really good in Dragon Ball FighterZ, but in Jump Force, I mean, most of the time it's just kind of standard supers. It's not that good to look at. I mean, the particle effects and all that are visually, I guess, nice to look at. It's like, oh yeah, it's cool, but it's very flashy. The supers themselves, meh. I mean, this is another point I want to bring up, is the character interactions, because Jump Force, you have all these amazing, this is just this insane roster of characters, but the characters themselves, there's not much like fun interactions in the matches or the story mode. Right now, Dragon Ball FighterZ, this is mostly in the story mode aspect, because in the matches it's kind of just like a minor dialogue thing between two characters recognizing each other at the end, or maybe even in the beginning, you know, but it's not that good, right? It's just kind of, But in the story, you have some really great character interactions, like Vegeta, Nappa, you know, just like, oh, I want to kill you, Vegeta, because of their entire history. Like, characters that I've never met before, meeting up like Yamcha and Frieza, and them having a pretty weird character interaction, but it's still fun nonetheless. You have some great character interactions like that in the story mode. In Jump Force, however, all the character interactions are just bland. There's no substance to them. Like, you thought, hey, I want to see what would happen if Light Yagami from Death Note met, I don't know, Goku. It's just kind of, who cares? You don't have any kind of fun character interaction. It's just very predictable. It's very much, it feels very much fan fiction-y, but not interesting whatsoever. It's just kind of, I should have these two characters meeting, there's no like dynamic whatsoever between these characters. They're all just in a room together. Nothing, it's just a very sterile feeling to it. There's no atmosphere whatsoever. And the music in the hub world is also pretty bad. And another annoying aspect about the game is how you have this hub world, right, where, of course, that music that I showed you earlier on was in. This hub world is just kind of annoying, right? You have your created character walking around because you get to, you know, create your own character. And it's just, in order, if you want to, like, play a match, first of all, you gotta sit through the first, like, story cutscene, you gotta create your own character, then you gotta move around this hub world to actually, you know, get a game done. You want to play some online, you want to play some local co-op, you want to play some AI bot match, or do you want to continue on the story, or do you want to change things around in the settings? Things you have to all do this through the hub world, alright, which is annoying. If you look at, again, another comparison to DBFZ, which is an abbreviation for Dragon Ball FighterZ, or FighterZ, right, in that game you can literally just go in the menu and select what you want. I mean, yeah, you have a little mini, like, hub world, right, you walk around, but it's such a short hub world, where this game, it's much more larger scale, where in Dragon Ball FighterZ, this is a short little cute place, all these little avatars. You want to get to a match, you walk like practically like 5 footsteps, and then boom, that's how you do it. Here, this is more annoying, it's more cumbersome to move around. I mean, this is a very minor criticism, but still, it's kind of annoying when you're trying to get into a match, especially the start up of this game, where you have to sit through the cutscene, create your own character to actually get any of this done. So, yeah, unskippable stuff pretty much, so that's annoying. Now, there is a feature in this game where you can actually create your own character, and I mean it's so limiting, the options. It's literally just like taking over characters from other anime, like for example Goku's pants and something like that. It's like if you wanted to create someone like, let's say, Angry Joe for some reason. Maybe you're a big Angry Joe fan, like I am, but you can't even create Angry Joe because you don't have all the options, alright? It's, if I wanted to create someone with a goatee and a, you know, some black hair, all that, and just make Angry Joe in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you can't even do that. It's just, it just won't look like him, man. Like, come on, give me better options, that's all I'm asking for. What is this, Destiny? Alright? Even in Metal Gear Solid 5 I could create Angry Joe, but in this game, nah fam, you can't do that, which already gets negative points for me. Alright, if I can't play as Angry Joe in my fighting game, then no buy, no sale. This game is honestly, Jump Force is just depressing because it could have been so cool. Like, there are certain aspects to it where you're like, damn, this could have been good, but with a badly written story as well. Again, the cutscenes, you've probably already seen, they look like a mess, as I, showed in the intro. The cutscenes are just terrifying to look at. Which is it's kind of hilarious. But I mean, my god, what was even the point of making a story mode if it's going to be this kind of quality? Even Dragon Ball FighterZ did not have the best story mode, but it has some fun in character interactions there. It was fine. It's very average for a story mode in fighting game. It's not like the quality of a NetherRealm fighting game story mode, which are amazing. They're all amazing, but in Dragon Ball FighterZ it's kind of just standard. But this one is even worse than that, which is Jesus Christ. While Dragon Ball FighterZ had like an average story mode, this has a terrible story mode. My god. You got the character work all wrong, you got the writing just completely wrong. It's not very polished. This game lacks polish, and that is why you look at Bandai Namco, like, what happened? You released such a good quality game in the past, and then you let something like this slide and be like, now we'll patch some of the things later on. And I mean, I just could not care. So obviously, if you're looking for like an anime fighting game to play that, and it has Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo and Cell and Trunks in it, then I guess pick Dragon Ball FighterZ over Jump Force just as a fighting anime game, because I mean, Jump Force is not very good. If you're a fan of all this, that's the only way I can imagine that you can even enjoy Jump Force whatsoever, is if you actually recognize these properties. Like, if you're a fan of all these anime and spent years following, like Yu-Gi-Oh and all that, then I can imagine you'll get a kick, just a short little kick out of something like this. But if you're someone who's just kind of like not really into like anime but just want to have like a fun fighting game to play, this is not for you. Because even Dragon Ball FighterZ, when I first played that, I knew nothing about Dragon Ball, but that game was really good. Like, the combat was so addictive that I thought, I'll check out the anime. So I did, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Then I became a fan of Dragon Ball. So this game just did not have the same effect on me, of course, with Jump Force. It's just like, I do not care. This game is so bad, I just don't care into checking out the history of some of these properties. It's just not very interesting. So that's my thoughts into it. Like, I really think the only way you can enjoy Jump Force is if you're a lifelong manga Shonen Jump fan. Well, Dragon Ball FighterZ, anyone can kind of play that and was like, hey, this is pretty fun. But yeah, that's just my thoughts and thing. Yeah. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and share. And if you come across the channel this time, why not hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell, so whenever I make any new videos, you can just get notified of it and watch it immediately, or whenever you can. But yeah. Magma Infinity, signing out.